Hey guys, finally here we are. He Chronicles episode 8. Episode 8. Finally. And before I say anything else, before I go any further, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Poleni sana. I'm sorry I didn't post the episode on Friday. My bad. Uh Due to unavoidable circumstances, singeweza post on Friday. But we are back. The show must go on. Back to business as usual. Every Monday, every Wednesday, every Friday. Without fail. Msikuwe na pressure. Kila kitu iko kama kawaida. Yeah, msijali, but I'm sorry. Yeah. Thanks to all who are subscribing, liking, sharing. Currently, as I'm making this video, niko 46 subscribers and I'm overjoyed. Man, I'm so happy. 4 more to fike our milestone of 50. 4 more. Guys, tuendelee kushare. Let us reach our milestone of 50 before the next episode, which is on Wednesday. Tuendelee na roho huo. Let's continue subscribing, liking, sharing. Man, let's reach 50 before our next video. Yeah, and without any further ado, let's get into the episode. Yeah. So, today's episode will be a bit different. As most of you know, I write stories. So I decided, let me tell you one of my stories. One of the stories I've written. Yeah? It's, I don't know. I've just decided, let me just tell you one of the stories I've written and tuone how it will go. Yeah? And plus, najua, I know sijawapea stoner stories in a few, but stoner stories will be back as kama kawaida from the next episode, from episode 9. Msijali, stoner stories will be back. I know you guys mnapenda your segment mbaya sana, but msikuwe na pressure. Stoner stories will be back. Yeah, but today let me just tell you this story of mine that I've written. Yeah, so twende kazi. So our story begins mazishi matanga. Difference ya mazishi na matanga nini? Okay, a burial. It's a very sad moment. The casket is being lowered down. People are crying. It's just very, very sad moment. But from a distance, we see a guy standing. Like, he's very far. He's just watching this burial from a distance. This guy is dressed in full black. He's wearing shades, amevaa mask, amevaa kofia, atake identity yake julikane. Amesimama mbali as he watches the burial continues. Why? We do not know. Now, let's go back 30 years ago. 30 years ago, before this burial. So there are these kids. Kuna watoto. Out of these kids, there's this one boy. This one boy roams around this area. Ni kageto tu mahali. Ghetto watu wamesota. Like, you know venye mlikuanga tukiwa watoto. It's just a ghetto. This kid runs around. Now there's this group of guys wamekaa. They are seated at a place. Wamekaa wanachana jaba yao pole pole. And they see this kid always. Every day wanaonanga tu mtu akicheza hapa. And they think to themselves, this kid can be of use to us. So they call this kid and they ask him, unataka kupatanga sweetie daily? Like, yeah, this kid is excited. This is a deal. Unataka tu sweetie daily ama this amount of money daily? I'm not sure. Yeah. So they tell this kid, kazi yako utakuwa unachukua tu bag kwa ile nyumba ukipeleka place na kuambia. Si sawa. This kid is excited. Ndo kazi yake tu ni kuchukua tu bag pale kupeleka huko, na anapata ka 10 bob 20 bob, anabewa sweet nini. So this kid is happy. Kila time akitoka home anakimbia anaenda kwa my boy, mbia iko happy, niende, anaendea kuchukua bag, anakimbia anaenda. So amekuwa is a kid, he's happy, anapatanga ka sweet kila siku. So the kid is happy. Let's move forward a few years later, when the kid amegrow, but not necessarily amegrow sana, amekuwa teenager. The kid is now a teenager, now knows the use of money and all these things, as you are when you are a teenager. So uh, this kid, tumpatie jina, tumite Mark. So Mark is now more learned, if that's the right thing to say. He's more learned. He goes and takes this bag as usual, bado en delivery guy, but now alipwi venye alikuwa alipwa kama mtoi na 10 bob 20 bob kaswiti nini, analipwa do. That is his job. Amekuwa msewa delivery now for these guys, and he doesn't know what he's delivering. Yeah, but one day, as he's in daily route kama kawaida, saizi hata aendangi kwa maboy kuambiwa ati uende. Amezoea, ni akona route yake, anajuanga nachukua bag napeleka pale, na ngoja nachukua hiyo bag napeleka pale hivyo, and that's what happens. He has his daily route that he's used to kama kawaida, yeah, as normal, kama like usual too. And yeah, when he's in his normal route, he goes and finds that these guys are seated outside, and anaingia tu ndani ya nyumba kama kawaida, anapata bag iko hapo chini na mgojea kama kawaida. He picks up the bag and leaves, and as he's walking, hata before a minute ends, mapolisi wanampita mbio, wanapita, anachanga au mapolisi wanaenda wapi. As the police are passing, anaona wanaenda penye ametoka, and he's like, why are they going back to where I am? Alafu those guys wenye wako nje wote wanashikwa, anaona tu wasi wanashikwa. So he's shocked, since he's a teenager, ataki history, anaamua hapana, let me go. Anaamua kutembea, anaenda because he's worried, mbona hasa ameshikwa. So he goes and he meets up with his best friend, and they meet up and they go to an abandoned building. Haijamaliza kujengwa, this building haijamaliza kujengwa, is still under construction. Because they go into this building, and with this bag ajaendelea route yake ya kawaida, juu penye ametoka ameona watu wameshikwa. So he's worried, what if ameshikwa because of what he has? Ameenda, amefika pale, amekaa chini, him and his best friend, in this abandoned building. When they're seated, they decide to open this bag. They open the bag, they wanatokelea tuko ndani, and they discover, for the first time, he discovers what he has been carrying. He has been carrying drugs, and lots of drugs, and not just cheap drugs, weed, like expensive drugs. And he's shocked, and he doesn't know what to do. Juu ametoka kuona wasee wameshikwa. He knows this is what will get him into prison, but again, ni ghetto, ni wasee wamesota ban, and he needs the money. So his thought is, let me dispose of it. Staki ingilia shida na polisi nini. He wants to dispose of it, but his best friend is trying to convince him, don't dispose of it, let's sell it and let's get the money. Let's sell it. And anakaa chini, and he remembers his family venye iko, his siblings venye wanateseka, and he's like, okay, we need the money, we actually need the money. And he decides to sell it. And once he sells it, anauza, then anapewa cash kibao, like pesa kibao. And he's like, this is the amount of money nimekuwa nikibeba kwa bag yangu. Because in his normal route is, once amechukua the drugs here and delivers the drugs there, the drugs inside the bag, it is exchanged with money. So the people there wanatoa drugs inside, wana replace na pesa. So he's there, he's shocked. This is the amount of money he's been carrying in his bag. And he goes back to that, hata arudi home, anarudi kwa ile building, kwa that abandoned construction building with his best friend, and they sit and they're like, look at how much money we've made. Look at how much money we've made by just selling this thing. And that's when it hits him. This is how life works. This is what he needs to survive. This is what he needs to kutoa familia yake penye iko. So he decides he'll start selling drugs. So he starts selling drugs. Pole pole he starts selling drugs. Anaanza hii pesa amepata, he buys, he starts doing his research. He buys nini. Anapiga research yake pole pole. Because at his age, he's starting to advance. He's still a teenager, but he's starting to advance. And the more he advances, he discovers secrets of how this thing works. Hadi anaanza kukuwa na mapolisi kwa payroll yake, like so that haizi shikwa. And now tumefika point, amefika 18 years, he's now an adult, ako nje sasa. And at 18 years, he now does what he did. He recruits a delivery boy, a small boy, 10 years, 11 years, recruits a delivery boy, kumpigia hizo deliveries za kawaida venye alikuwa anafanya. At 18, maisha yake iko sawa, ametoa, like he's helping his family, but ataki kusaidia sana ikae suspicious. Ataki kutumia pesa, kuleta pesa mob once ikae suspicious penye pesa imetoka. So pole anasaidia familia yake pole. At 18 years, he has cops on his payroll, and he's building a drug empire. So we continue. Fast forward now to 1 week, not even 1 week, to 2 weeks before the burial. Before the burial niliwaambia ikianza. So 2 weeks before the burial, this guy amejinice. And umse ako sawa sasa. 2 weeks before that, umse ako is balling. He's one of the richest people in the country. Ako yu ball na governors or politicians nini. Those are the people he rolls with. He's rich. Ako na magari, estates, properties. Ako sawa. Familia yake iko sawa. Like umse ako sawa. He's rich kupindukia. Like crazy rich. He has his own drug empire, vizuri. He has built his empire where now, because he's now on the part of the government, kampuni yake haezi fanyika kitu. He has a company juu ya maji. He builds a company juu ya maji. Hii part yote yenye nimekosa kuambia is a part where he builds a company juu ya maji, just to kusafisha rada. And he has cops on his payroll. Rolling in a governor, a politician, so yeye zishikwa. Vitu ka hizo, that is his lifestyle now. He has his own empire. And he's risen from the ground up, literally. And now, 2 weeks before the burial, here we are. He's at this penthouse. He's on top. It's a rented penthouse. It's not his. He's on top. He's having a glass of wine or champagne. Wine or champagne, anything that you fancy. And he's having it with his best friend. His best friend from day one, ule mtoi. When he was a kid, his best friend. So they are on a cheers and they are drinking. They have wakona ladies around them. Like maisha ina wabamba, wako sawa. So this day, wako pale juu kwa penthouse, the ladies around them. But his best friend is like, no, let me leave early, have some emergency or things to take care of. Kwa ofisi, I'll call you later. Okay. They wanaambiana the last few words, and the best friend excuses himself. Anatoka na anaenda. Sindio? Ameenda. This guy is still up there with all these ladies and all these things. So umse anajinice. So anashuka saa, anaamua sana time ya kwenda home, because this is not his place. Hii ni place ya kusafisha rada. Nyumbani yako na bibi na watoto. Hapa ni kusafisha rada na wasichana. So anatoka, ana elevator, ni lift, anachukua lift vizuri hadi chini, reaches ground floor, the basement kwa parking. lift nafunguka, ako parking, lift nafunguka, he walks out. As he's walking out towards his car, he gets shot. Mark is shot and killed in the moment. Mark is shot and killed. Now we follow this bullet back. We start following this bullet back penye imetoka. We see the gun, and we now finally get to see who has fired the bullet. His best friend. His best friend kills him. After he has built this whole empire, his best friend kills him. 2 weeks later, burial. Who's the guy standing far kwa distance huko akiangalia? His best friend. Why? Now the question comes, why has his best friend killed him? Mbona amemuua? Yeah? Why has he killed him? So, hiyo nawaachia. I'm leaving that to you. I want as many comments as possible. Now, finish the story. Tell me, why do you think the best friend has killed him? Why do you think the best friend killed him? I want to see your crazy ideas. I want to see your imaginative mind. How crazy is your imaginative mind? Yeah? Tell me all your ideas why they kill. In short, finish the story. Tell me what you think happened, or why. Tell me why you think the best friend killed him. Sindio, I want to hear as many stories, I want to see as many comments as possible. Yeah. Let me hear from you guys. Muniambie venye what you think. Then in the next episode, I'll read all your comments and we will vote actually. We will vote and pick the best finishing, the best story, the best ending. Yeah. That is the end of my story. And yeah, thank you for listening. Thank you for staying with me for all these minutes and listening to my story to the end. Yeah, I know it's sometimes I have a very imaginative mind and sometimes it's crazy. Anyway, that's the end. Tunamalizia hapo, tunafungia hapo episode ya leo, episode 8. Let's continue to subscribe, share, like, and don't forget to comment. Don't forget also to check out the Better Life series on Showmax. I'm very proud. Episode 2 is coming out on Tuesday. And yeah, let's make sure let's reach our milestone of 50 subscribers before the next episode, before episode 9. So yeah, guys, tuonaneni. Thank you, and let's continue with that na roho huo. See you guys on Wednesday. Peace.